Hey guys, welcome back to Elden Ring. Last time we left off, we were at the beginning of the Haligtree on the branches, and I did go through that. Obviously, I ran, I should say, down the branches and through the sort of platform section that we are at now. But I decided to cut that out of the video because it just wasn't interesting. It was boring. It's a boring area. There's just a bunch of enemies. Nothing much in terms of interesting items, so we just begin at the boss fight, Loretta, Knight of the Haligtree. You should be familiar with this boss fight functionally, because it is the same fight as the Loretta fight in Caria Manor, at the end of Caria Manor. Obviously the scaling is different. She has a lot more health and does a lot more damage, but to be honest, you should also have more health and do more damage, so it's pretty okay. This is not a difficult boss fight. I didn't even need to summon the mimic here, to be honest with you. As you can see, I didn't even bother to rot her. It's just not needed. This fight is more difficult, or quite difficult, when you first meet Loretta or first fight her. In Caria Manor, because depending on how you do things, then you may or may not be slightly underpowered. But as you can see, this was not stressful at all. It's an easy fight, so that's good. We get Loretta's mastery, and Loretta's war sickle. Those are not very good items. I can't really speak for the war sickle because it's such a late item that I never bothered to upgrade it and use it, so I don't know, but there is an Ash of War associated with that weapon, or with that weapon skill, so you can put it on any other halberd. So I don't know how that all compares and works out, but I can speak for the sorcery, for Loretta's mastery. It is allegedly or intended to be an upgrade to the Loretta's Great Bow spell, but it doesn't work that way. I found more success using the unupgraded version, the Loretta's Great Bow, that only shoots one arrow, as opposed to the upgraded version, which shoots 5 arrows, I believe. But the way the spell works is that it shoots these 5 arrows, and they sort of spread out and then they home in to the target, and so it's very likely that they'll hit a tree or a wall or something. So it's not a great spell to use in close quarters or in closed spaces. So yeah, I think the Great Bow is better because the damage is sort of the same. But here we are in Elphael, the base of the Haligtree. The Haligtree branches and platforms section, that was just a sort of a preamble to the actual legacy dungeon, which is this. It's Elphael, and the name is actually descriptive. This is literally the brace of the Haligtree. It's what keeps the Haligtree up. So yeah, this is the moment where I fell in love with the Zweihander. I mentioned this I think several times in the playthrough. But yeah, this is the moment where I discovered that the Zweihander is really good against the Clean Rot Knights. So that's what that was like. We meet Millicent. We talk to her. We exhaust her dialogue, and then we move on to the Legacy Dungeon proper. I did take my time with this. I stopped to fight enemies and all of that. This is gonna be quite a comprehensive exploration of the Brace of the Haligtree of Elphael. It's not 100% because I know there is one area that I missed, and if you know, it's the dirt area at the very bottom of Elphael, but there's nothing there, which is why I never went there, or I didn't go there. There's no items that I can remember. There's just a bunch of Haligtree Knights and I think a bunch of those pests. But yeah, I am aware of the area, but I didn't go there because I don't think there's any point to going there. But I did go everywhere else. I even went to the Revenant Alley, which if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you're gonna find out what that is. But yeah, you know, when I recorded this, I just really felt like playing some Elden Ring, so so I took my time and I went through the Elphael. I'm probably gonna refer to this as the Haligtree, even though it's technically a separate area. It's Elphael. It's the brace of the Haligtree, not the Haligtree itself, which is the beginning area with the branches. But you know, this is the Haligtree. Like, this is the legacy dungeon. It's not. It may not be the tree itself, but it is the legacy dungeon part of it. So yeah. It is worth coming here. Obviously, the big thing about the Haligtree is the boss at the end of the Haligtree, which is Malenia. So a lot of people avoid coming here because of Malenia, but you should come here. We found a Michelin Knight Sword, which I don't think I ever looted before, which is quite interesting, but I will take a look at it in a moment. The reason I mentioned this is because, and the reason I didn't cut it out is because it looks really good. It's a really good looking weapon, and I mean it does fit the aesthetic of my character. Like, look at that. It's just it looks like it belongs, but it's just so late in the game. Like, it's in the Haligtree. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna, you know, skip the game to get here and get the sword, or I don't understand the point of these weapons. Same with the Warsicle. What's the point of these weapons so late in the game? I understand that they may be good for PvP, or they may be good for New Game Plus, but I'm not interested in either of those things. So anyway. I just thought I should mention that, no real reason. But yeah, as I was saying, don't be intimidated by Malenia or the idea of fighting Malenia. You don't have to fight her if you come here. She is literally at the very end of the area. There's nothing beyond her. Like, if you kill her, you don't get to progress anywhere else. That's it. That's the end. So you can go through the entirety of the Haligtree and get all the very, very good items that you find in here, and then just leave. You don't have to fight Malenia if you don't want to. And there are a lot of very good items in here. A lot of high tier smithing stones and somber smithing stones. There's a bunch of final upgrades as well. A bunch of somber ancient dragon smithing stones and ancient dragon smithing stones. So definitely worth coming here, even if you don't want to fight Malenia. I also avoided coming here for the longest time because I felt this obligation, I guess, to fight Malenia, but you totally don't have to, obviously. No one is forcing you to do anything. So yeah. I even unlocked these fog gates and see what the items are. The items are not good. I mean, there's a bunch of incantations and other miscellaneous items, but nothing for me, really. But at the same time, you know, this is a fully built character, so I can say that about anything. I don't need anything. I don't even need to go through this area, technically. Like, I beat the game, right? But, you know, we play video games for fun. Anyway, that Earth-Tree avatar down there started attacking me, and he's quite annoying with that golden land, I think it's called, attack. With the projectiles, so I decided, you know what, let's just get this over with. Let's just fight him and end this torture. This is a Scarlet Rot version of the Earth-Tree avatar, so you need to be careful when fighting it. When he does that butt slam attack, he will spit Scarlet Rot in front of him, as you can see. So, you know, I say that I don't I don't practice what I preach, because I do get hit by the Scarlet Rot several times, but you know, maybe you will do better. But as you can see, we are doing quite a lot of damage, almost 4,000 damage from a Waves of Darkness, so that's cool. And it's interesting, I think, because the Haligtree is such a clean area, you know. It looks pretty much intact, it's clean, it's sort of has this golden glow to it almost. But it is also combined with the Scarlet Rot, because obviously Malenia is the goddess of rot and this is where she is, so there is a tint of Scarlet Rot permeating this area, which I think it's an interesting contrast. But anyway, the Earth Tree Avatar is dead. We killed him with the Webs of Darkness, and we get his staff, and we also get a Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone as a reward, which is very nice. Now, carrying on, at this point I was thinking about going down to the Revenant Alley, but I decided against it at this point because I wanted to unlock the second Site of Grace. Just so I can fast travel to it afterwards, and so I also wanted to fully explore these little hidden sections, if you will. They're not really hidden, but they are not obvious either, and I wanted to see what this guy was guarding. These are the Crystallians, I believe they're called, and if you don't know how to fight them, basically they have a lot of poise and are basically impossible to stagger until you sort of break their shell, and then they are very easy to stagger, and they are basically pushovers. And this guy was guarding a Somber Stone Knife, so that's pretty cool. Worth it, I would say. And so now I kind of get confused. I don't come here often, and I certainly don't fully explore the Haligtree often, so I didn't know where to go exactly. So I just look around and decide to do some parkour and see what's up in this other room over here. People are saying jumping required the head. Yes, you can jump down there, but you'll end up in the Revenant Alley, and that's not a place you want to end up accidentally. You want to be full of intent when you go there. But yeah, as you can see, the Clean Rot Knights, not a problem. They just get stun locked by the Zweihander, so all is well. What do we get? We get a Mikola's Lily from the Clean Rot Knight. Not something I'm interested in. I'm more interested in in bullying these Clean Rot Knights. They are very fun to fight when you have the upper hand. Not so much the other way, but you know, that does apply to most of the game. We get a Smithing Stone 7, which is also pretty cool. A lot of very, very good items in here. I almost missed this. An immunizing white cured meat. I don't even know what that does. And guess what? I don't give a shit what that does, because I'm not going to use it. Yeah, I only rarely use the... I don't even know what it's called. The Exalted Flesh, I believe. Which is the one that boosts your damage, I believe. But I don't even use that too often. And I don't think I used it in the playthrough. So far, but yeah, I jumped down here. The reason I jumped down here is because I remember that something important is here, and I do remember coming here specifically to this area, but I couldn't remember why. I just went there sort of mechanically. But this is where you find the Clean Rot Knight Finlay Spirit Summon, which is a legendary spirit summon, so you need to find it for the achievement. So this is why I remembered coming here, because I got all the achievements in Elden Ring, so so this is why I got the spirit summon. I've never used it, but you know, I have no reason to believe it's bad. It's just that the Mimic tier is so good, it really eclipses all the other spirit summons. Certainly the ones from the base game. But yeah, we continue. I'd never go up here either. So I went, my curiosity forced to explore. And we find yet another Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. So definitely a good area to come to if you are in need of upgrade materials. Of course, when you come here you should have a fully built character, but you know, maybe you want to have several fully upgraded weapons, so it's still worth coming here, even if you don't actually need them, but you might want them, you know, for whatever reason. I take a look around here. This is a very dangerous area that we're coming up on, It's an area with 4 ballistas and 2 Haligtree knights. These are Haligtree soldiers, but there are also Haligtree knights later on, and those are quite dangerous. They have a lot of health, and they do a lot of damage, and they have great shields, so they're not that easy to fight. But yeah, and there's also an Earth 3 avatar in that area, so it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. But we're not there yet. We're just exploring around here. Not much to say really. This area is just enjoyable. It's just fun. It's just pleasant to go through here. It has such a good design with this circular layout around the Haligtree. You obviously don't get to explore the entire circle. We only get to explore one section, one arc of it, if you want to get mathematical about it. But you know, it's still nice. It's still a nice looking area, nice layout. Little hidden cubby holes, which are satisfying to explore. So I like it, and the enemies are nothing crazy. You know, you're just your run-of-the-mill soldiers and knights. So that's cool. It's just a fun area to go through, which is why I chose to go through it and take my time with it. It was fun. We must remember that video games are supposed to be fun before anything else. So yeah, I kind of get turned around here, but I get my bearings pretty quickly and go to the next room, the next cubby hole, as I call them, and see what's up in there. I think this is a pretty clutch moment. I do get overconfident here, and I almost pay for it. It's good to be confident, it's good to be brave in these games, but it's not good to be stupid. So as we know, there is a fine line between bravery and stupidity, but there is a line, and you need to be aware of it. So yeah, even though the Haligtree knights, not the Clean Rot knights, are easy one-on-one, they are not as easy in a group, and the same applies to these Haligtree soldiers. As you saw, I almost died there. I got off with about 100 HP. This is an attack I was not familiar with. I did not know these guys can sort of blow poison on you. So that was interesting, but yeah, it's not like poison is a factor. You know, I have flame cleanse me, so I could have very easily healed it. But you know, it was surprising, which sometimes that's all it takes. I'm just looking around here. You know, again, not very familiar with this area, and I'm just getting my bearings and doing, you know, a sort of a mental map of the area. Down there is the Revenant Alley. You can clearly see why it's called the Revenant Alley. It's because of the Revenants. But we will deal with them. Don't you worry. We will deal with them. It's not that big of a deal. I get surprised by this guy here. I don't know why, it's just one guy, but I suppose he did cause me to flinch. Thankfully he did sort of did his growl in a timely manner and didn't surprise me when it was too late. So yeah, these are the 2 ballistas. There are 2 more down there, but they're not going to be a factor. These guys are more dangerous, so which is why, you know, I went this way. I don't know what this item is. It's Haligtree Soldier Ashes, apparently. It doesn't sound like a good spirit summon, to be honest. There are many of them, but they're not that powerful, not that strong. So yeah, I would advise against using that. That spirit summon. There are other better spirit summons if you don't want to use the Mimic tier. There is the Black Knight Tish, which is pretty good, and it's in some cases it can be better than the Mimic tier if your build is pretty bad, or if you know, it's not a melee build or a kind of a squishy glass cannon build. You might want to use Tish instead of the Mimic tier. So yeah, there are alternatives if you don't want to use the Mimic tier, but I don't see why you wouldn't. Apart from the cases I've just mentioned. So yeah, here I don't know why I wanted to do this, but I did start fighting all these guys. I don't know why. I suppose I wanted to sort of clear the area and do a clean swipe of the Haligtree, but it does get quite hectic, and I ultimately fail in my endeavor. Not that it matters necessarily, but you know, did fail twice actually. I will die twice in here. As you can see, you have the Elphael avatar, you have this one Haligtree Knight, there's another one back there. So it was quite a lot, even for the Mimic tier. And even if the Mimic tier doesn't get Scarlet Rot, or any other status effect for that matter, he still certainly does get damaged. So yeah, it was too much even for him. I tried to do something here and failed because yeah, there was a Scarlet Rot. I then start to fight this guy, which as you can see, they are pretty tanky. They make very good use of that great shield. So definitely not easy to fight, especially with an Elphael avatar in the background. And now the Mimic tier is dead, so they both focus me. So yeah, it was quite hectic. I still took the time to loot around, you know, might as well. At this point I was fairly confident that I was gonna die, so I thought, you know, might as well loot whatever I can see. The guy healed, which was quite annoying. They only have one heal, I believe, so that at least that's a blessing, but yeah. I don't want to say it's not fair because I also heal, but you know, finally I kill him with Waves of Darkness. I catch him out without his shield, so that was good. And now this guy keeps spamming this attack. This is a very annoying attack to deal with. You kind of want to you know, run away from it or dodge it, and I do a very poor job of it, and so I die to the surprise of no one, I'm sure. But yeah, I do die. And so at this point I thought, you know, fuck it, I'm not gonna do that again. I have the Sight of Grace, so that's good. I'm just gonna go get my my runes back and then loot, just run around and loot whatever items I can see around, and then move on with my life. So that's exactly what I did. I looted this this item here, which is an Arterial Leaf, which is a waste of fucking time, but you know, I did loot it. And then we're back here where we already explored, so nothing new here. But as you can see, all these guys have decided to follow me, and then I get hit and I die to fall damage. So that was kind of annoying, but you know, what are you gonna do? What are you going to do? You know. So yeah, I don't think I even get my runes back. I think I just say fuck it and and continue on without them. I believe. Let's watch together in silence. Yeah, I then decided to fast travel back to the prayer room, so I can approach the Revenant Alley from a place I wanted. You can go to the Revenant Alley from next to the Elphael avatar, but it's obviously quite scary because you're gonna have all those guys follow you, and you wanna be calm about it when you get to the Revenant Alley. I memorized the Urgent Heal incantation there because if you didn't know, the healing incantation do stun the Revenants, and they do damage the Revenants, but you know, it was not needed, as you will soon see. So yeah, in order to get to the Revenant Alley, we just need to go where we fought the Elphael avatar. I'm sure there is a faster way for me to get here, maybe the way I went there initially, but you know, I just went the way I felt like, I suppose, and then we just need to go all the way to the end of it, and there will be a platform for us to drop down, and then down again into the Revenant Alley. I might have said Revenant Valley a couple of times, I'm not sure, but it's Revenant Alley, and it's also an unofficial name, so it doesn't matter anyway. So yeah, this is dangerous because there's a bunch of Revenants, obviously, in this alley way, so and there's nowhere to run necessarily. There is a ladder at the very end of the area, but good luck. Good luck with that. Good luck getting there. We get Marika's Source Seal. This is the counterpart to Radagon's Source Seal. Marika's Source Seal, I believe, increases your magic stats, and Radagon's Source Seal increases your physical stats, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I used a heal there, but it didn't seem to do much. Maybe I need the regular heal incantation, or maybe another incantation that has some kind of an area of effect. Maybe the urgent heal is single target and it doesn't have any sort of AoE. Maybe that's why it didn't work, but it doesn't matter, because evidently the the Waves of Darkness, the true MVP of this playthrough. We definitely melt these revenants. I get lucky there. The Revenant died to the last strike of the Wave of Darkness. Otherwise, I think I would have died there, but I didn't. So that's good. So it does take 2 Waves of Darkness to kill them, but again, they get stunned. So it's not, they're a very scary enemy, but not too scary. You see those wisps of smoke? That's how you know where the Revenants spawn. And they're pretty hard to notice, to be fair, but you can notice them, and you can use that to your advantage, as I do here. It didn't make much of a difference, to be honest. I still took a lot of damage, but at least I didn't get surprised. I had the advantage there, or the initiative, so to speak. So I think there's a total of 3 Revenants in this area, I believe. Maybe 4? Or maybe 3, I don't know, it doesn't matter, 3 or 4. So you do need to have some kind of a strategy to deal with them, because if you run through here, I mean, you can, but you're gonna have 3 Revenants chase you, and they do teleport, and they do spit a poison, which is deadly poison, which does more damage. So I would advise against that. It's better to just take them on and kill them one by one, as opposed to having them kill you. Mimic Tier there doing good work, kind of saved me. It was quite a clutch moment. Quite a lot of close moments in this one. I almost died several times. I also died several times, but I could have died many more times. We have this room with the 3 Crystallians. I don't even remember what this area holds. I don't even know what these guys guard. But I thought, the Crystallians are quite fun to fight, honestly. Except for these assholes with the spear. They do like to spam attacks, and I don't like it. But generally speaking, the Crystallians are fun to fight because it's very satisfying when you break their armor and then you can just stun lock them to death. I like that a lot. So that's exactly what we're doing here. The Mimic Tier obviously does this, or makes this twice as easy. So that's cool. But you could totally do this on your own, because yeah, you can aggro the Crystallians one by one. So that's cool. Again, I don't know what they're even guarding. I'm sure it's an unnecessary item that I don't need or ever would need, but who knows? Maybe it's a smithing stone. I can't really remember. So yeah, if you're wondering why the Mimic Tier is blinking like that, is because I'm just at the edge of the summoning area. So that's what happens when you do that. A pickled turtleneck. Oh my god, what a useless fucking item. It does increase your stamina regeneration, but it is a craftable item, so I'm not interested in it. So yeah, I think we're clear. We killed all the Revenants. I'm pretty sure there might be another one. We'll see. But anyway, I really enjoyed this. I felt really good about myself for coming down here and killing all the Revenants. If you've played this game, you know that the Revenants are the scariest enemy in the game. So being able to just kill 3 or 4 of them in a row felt good. It felt like a sort of a revenge tour, so that was nice. And so yeah, this is the end of the Revenant Alley, and I don't think there's another one here. No, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, yes, there is. Okay, so there are 4 revenants here, but as you can see, this guy dies pretty quickly. We gank him, and he's dead before he can even get a word in. So yeah, that is the end of the Revenant Alley. We go up this ladder, and we should come out in the Elphael Avatar area where I died initially. The mimic here, they're doing good work, but it is time for him to go home. Yeah, we're here at the ballista section, so I just run past these guys and go to the site of grace. I don't bother fighting them. There's no reason to fight them at this point. So yeah. Plus, there will be more opportunities for us to die, so we don't have to, rely on those guys to kill us. Because we will die here momentarily in the next challenge. These are the 3 Crystallians. As you will see, I'm going to pull them one by one, as that message suggests. I did try defeating them one by one, and I did succeed, but not before I died, obviously. I do really hate fighting these spear guys. They are quite relentless in their attacks, and they do have a lot of poise. And I didn't notice this at the time, but these particular ones also cause a Scarlet Rot build-up. So as you can see, I was rotted, I was panicking, I didn't know what to do. I wanted to cast Flame Cleanse Me, but I didn't know where to go, and I got sort of turned around and disoriented, and I just died. But, you know, what are you gonna do? I kind of underestimated the Crystallians, and this is why I died. I also, again, I was not aware, or I wasn't paying attention that they cause Scarlet Rot buildup. So yeah, I take off the urgent heal there. It turned out to be quite useless, so there's no reason to have it. So now we're gonna do it properly, and we're gonna fight the Crystallians and actually defeat them. It's not smart to fight them here on this branch. I don't know why I tried to do that, but I came to my senses, and I retreated, and I decided to fight him here on this open space, on this flat area, which is way better for a fight, obviously. So yeah, at this point, you know, they're difficult, especially these spear guys, but they're not that difficult. And of course, as soon as you break their armor, they are just complete pushovers. It then becomes more of a matter of managing your stamina properly, because you do tend to sort of spam attacks at them because they get staggered so easily. But yeah, first one down. 2 more to go. Actually, 1 more to go, because the third one is not a spear guy, so not really a challenge, or not as big of a challenge as the spear guys. I can't even imagine killing these guys or fighting these guys all at once. I don't think there's a way to do that. Certainly not in that small area over there. I'm sure there are some people who can do that, but the vast majority of players wouldn't be able to do that, and that includes me, of course. But yeah, with this guy, it's just a matter of repeating what we just did with the first guy. I do get a nice backstab here, and then it's pretty much game over. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we break him, and then all is well in the world. So yeah, you don't have to fight these guys. You will see the reward that you get from them. You might know it, but it's a weapon. It's not worth coming all the way here for one weapon. Again, unless you're doing PvP, or unless you're planning to do New Game Plus, I suppose. But as you know, if you're playing, I don't want to say as intended, but if you just want to do one playthrough and not do PvP and not do New Game Plus, there's no reason to fight these guys. But anyway, the third guy is a mage, or some kind of a caster. So his attacks are much slower because he needs to cast the spell before he does any damage. So I simply interrupted him. I kept interrupting him, and he couldn't get a single attack in, which was nice. and then he's just dead, so that's cool. And this is what they guard. It is the Rotten Crystal Sword. It's a straight sword that does Scarlet Rot build-up, so it's pretty cool, I guess, but again, too late for that, certainly for me. Anyway, we rest back up and we are ready to continue. It's pretty straightforward from now on. I'm pretty sure we just have one more obstacle, actually two obstacles if I think about it. Yeah, because there's the Ulcerated Tree Spirit, and then there's also the Millicent quest line. I do spot that item over there, and I sneak around. I be sneaky, but there's no need because there's no one here. And we get a hero's rune, quite a lot of runes in this area. Obviously, you don't need them for anything, but it's nice to have them anyway. But yeah, this is the last stretch of the Haligtree, this rot area. I equip a dagger here, but I do a pretty mediocre job of it because I equip it in the left hand, and I don't have a really good way of using the Ash of War quick step, which is why I equipped the dagger in the first place. But I came to my senses and equip it in the right hand, and I'm able to navigate this rot lake because yeah, that area is full of rot. So you want to have Flame Cleanse Me ready, and you want to have a dagger or any weapon with quick step, because you do want to quick step through here because it slows you down. It's like lava or mud. It causes you to slow walk, so that's not really good in a status build up area. But anyway, we do get Scarlet Rotted, but we do cure it, and we are ready to fight the Ulcerated Tree Spirit. Actually, we go to the Site of Grace, of course. There is a Site of Grace nearby, thankfully. And then we're gonna fight the Ulcerated Tree Spirit. So yeah. This is, I believe, the last Site of Grace before Malenia. There is obviously a Site of Grace at Malenia, but this is the final one before that. It's the second to last one. That's what I'm trying to say here. But it's been, you know, almost 40 minutes, so I'm getting tired. Anyway, you want to unequip your dagger there because you're not going to need it anymore, and have your weapon ready. Because there is a very annoying pest enemy there that you do have to kill because he's in the way, and if you aggro the Ulcerated Tree Spirit while this guy is alive, you're just gonna die because he's gonna keep spamming pest threads at you, and you're just gonna die. So there's that. Just do your best to kill him as fast as possible, and then yeah, go over here on these branches. It is quite dangerous here, but you know, it is what it is. I am gonna cheese the fuck out of this Ulcerated Tree Spirit. At this point, I was not in the mood to fight it, so it was a decision to cheese him. So yeah, you just run in until the ground starts shaking, and then go up here on this branch, and you're back where you started, and you can cheese him in peace. I chose to just shoot at him with a crossbow a bunch. I'm gonna cut this up, but this took about 10 minutes in total. I tried, yeah, he's dead as you can see, but this took 10 minutes. I tried a bunch of stuff. I tried rotting him, he's immune to rot. I tried using magic breath, he didn't do enough damage. I even tried fighting him in you know, close quarters in melee, but I died a bunch, and so I just resigned and decided to just cheese him with bolts. But yeah, this is the end of the Millicent questline. You have two choices. You can be summoned to assist Millicent, or you can be summoned to not assist Millicent and kill her. I don't see why you would do that, but yeah, I mean, narratively speaking, why would you go and help Millicent all the way just to kill her at the end? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, the fight is just these three NPCs, I believe. There's three of them. And you just need to kill all of them in order to protect Millicent. I am pretty useless in this fight, to be honest. I spend most of it just trying to heal up and get away from these guys, or these girls, I suppose, because they are all sisters. and I do a very mediocre job of it. I get hit a bunch and I almost die. I actually died once in this invasion, but I cut that out. So yeah, I get Scarlet Rotted. I'm at, you know, very low health. I don't have any healing left. And these guys are very aggressive and very annoying to deal with. It is a matter of RNG almost. But yeah, I do sort of come to my senses and manage to kill Maureen, the second sister. Apparently, it was close. It was very close, but I do manage to kill one sister, so that's pretty good. And then Millicent kills the other three. You know, Millicent is quite powerful. She has a flurry attack similar to Melania's, so she does do a lot of damage, and she can hold her own more often than not. But yeah, you do need to actually be in the fight for the quest line. And so once that happens, we get the Rotten Wing insignia, and we just come here to Millicent. She tells us that she removed the needle that we gave her and that she will die of scarlet rot soon enough. So yeah, once you exhaust her dialogue, just quit out and you will get the unalloyed gold needle. Just if you're wondering, if you choose to kill her, you will get the Millicent prosthesis, I think, instead of the Rotten Wing sword insignia. These are two very similar talismans in that they both boost consecutive attacks. They boost your damage with consecutive attacks, but they do stack. But you can't get them both in one playthrough unless you go to New Game Plus or you trade for them. The Millicent prosthesis is slightly better, I believe, but I would not kill Millicent just for a talisman. Plus, I don't really do consecutive attack builds, but they are very powerful, so you might be interested in that. So yeah, if you're wondering what you do with the unalloyed gold needle, that is one of the main reasons to kill Malenia. If you inherit the Frenzied Flame and you get locked into the Frenzied Flame ending and you don't want to do that ending, you can do Millicent's questline, get the gold needle, then kill Malenia, then kill Placidusax, use the unalloyed gold needle at Malenia's corpse, I guess, or bloom, and then you get Miquella's needle, and then you can use the Miquella's needle in Placidusax's arena, and that cleanses the Frenzied Flame. But at that point, I would advise to just start a new game or just commit to the bad ending instead of killing Malenia. But you know, you do you. It's just it's a lot of work for nothing. You might as well just start a new playthrough at that point, especially since you're likely to make that mistake on your first playthrough. So you're unlikely to kill Malenia on your first playthrough like that. You might as well just take the L. But yeah, we unlocked this shortcut here, if you want to call it that. This just takes us back to the elevator before the Elphael avatar, and yeah, we can go up this ladder and take the Miquellan Knight sword. We obviously got it priorly, but yeah, we are at Malenia. Obviously, I'm not gonna fight her today. I'm gonna dedicate an entire episode to her. I don't know if I'm just gonna publish the fight or I'm gonna publish my attempts. I don't know, but anyway, I will kill her one way or another. So make sure to tune in for that. Make sure to like the video and comment and subscribe and do all of that nice, sweet algorithm stuff. But in the meantime, this is the end of this episode. I thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. I wish you a great day ahead of you and a goodbye.